Okay guys, today we're going to work on practice 1-2. So this is practice 1-2. And I'm going to expect you to do all the odd numbers. So that means we're going to start with number 1. So number 1 has 3n plus 2 equals negative 2n minus 8. So if I see this problem right here, my variables are in, and I want to get these variables together. Now the most important thing whenever I'm looking at this is I'm going to make sure that these variables stay positive. The numbers with the variables stay positive. I have a positive 3n and a negative 2n. That means I'm going to take this negative 2 and I'm going to switch it to the other side, because when I switch it to the other side it makes it a positive. So I'm going to add 2n. And if I add my 2n to the negative 2n, this zeroes out. So I put a z there for zero out. But whatever I do on this side, I have to do on this side. So I'm going to add 2n. Bring straight down my negative 8 before I forget about it. Bring straight down my equal sign. I didn't touch this positive 2 or plus 2, so I'm going to bring it straight down. Now 3 plus 2 is 5n. So my new equation is 5n plus 2 equals negative 8. 5n plus 2 are not like terms, but this 2 and this negative 8 are like terms. So I'm going to take this 2 and move it over to this side. In order for me to zero this out, it's positive 2. So to zero it out, I'm going to subtract 2. That zeroes out, and whatever I do on this side, I have to do on this side. So I'm going to subtract 2. Okay, so I'm going to bring down 5n. Bring straight down your equal sign, and negative 8 combined with a negative 2. Remember, when you have a negative number combined with a negative number, you're putting them together. It makes a bigger negative. So negative 8 combined with negative 2 makes negative 10. My last step, 5n equals negative 10. This 5 next to this n is being multiplied. So the inverse operation or opposite operation of multiplication is division. And since I'm multiplying by a 5, I'm going to divide by a 5. So this cancels out, or 1's out. Bring down my n variable equals, and negative 2 divided by 5, negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. So n equals negative 2. Okay, let me move my paper up. So now we're on number 3. Make sure you leave yourself enough space to do this work. Number 3 says 2.6r, my variable r, plus 11 equals negative 4.9r, there's my other variable, plus 29. All right, so this is a negative 4.9r. I'm looking at my variables. I've got variables on both sides. What I want to do first is combine these variables. Since this is negative 4.9 and I really want my variables to be positive, I'm going to go ahead and zero this out so I can add it to the other side. 4.9r. So I have negative 4.9, but if I add 4.9 to it, this just zeroes out. So I got to come over here and add 4.9 r's to this side. I'm going to go ahead and bring straight down my 29. Bring down your equal sign. Bring down your plus 11. I'm going to go ahead and use a calculator for this. 2.6 plus 4.9. That makes 7.5r. 7.5r. Use your calculator, people. That's what you have it for. All right, so now I have 7.5r plus 11 equals 29. Again, these are not like terms, but these two numbers here are like terms. So I'm going to take this 11 and I need to move it over. This is a positive 11, so in order for me to move it over, I'm going to subtract 11. Zeroes out. Now I have 7.5r. Bring your equal sign down, and 11 minus 29 is 18. So now I have 7.5r equals 18. Okay. So I have 7.5r that is multiplying. So in order for me to undo multiplication, I divide. Okay, I'm going to divide by 7.5. So 18 divided by 7.5 is 2.4. Number 4. Number 4 has a little bit more steps to it, but it's nothing hard. So I'm going to go ahead and write down negative 5a plus 54 equals 5 times negative 4a plus 13.89 and close your parenthesis. So I see over here I have some a's. And see right here I have an a. Okay, so remember the point of this is to get the a's together on one side of the equal sign. But I'm going to look at this one first because I have parentheses. PEMDAS tells me I need to work on parentheses first. I'm going to distribute. Don't be afraid of these numbers when you're distributing. You have a calculator. Use the calculator. So 5 times negative 4. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20a. Use your calculator. And then I have 5 times 13.89. 13.89, 5 times 13.89 is positive 69.45. Guys, they're just big numbers. Don't be afraid of them. Negative 5a plus 54. Bring it straight down. So now I have negative 5a with a negative 20a. I can add 5 to this and it'll still be negative 15, or I can add 20 to negative 5 and it'll be a positive 15. So I think I'm going to go that route. I'm going to add 20a to both sides. This becomes 15a plus 54. Bring down your equal sign. This zeroes out, and 69.45. Okay? 54 and 69.45 are my like terms. They're numbers. In order for me to move it over, I have to subtract 54. So now I have 15a equals 69.45 minus 54 makes 15.45. So now I'm going to divide by 15, and a equals 1.03. Now we're on number 6. Number 6. 22p plus 11 equals 4p minus 7. This one's pretty easy. So I see I have 22p and I have a positive 4p. So if I subtract 22 out of 4, I have a lot of negatives left over. But if I subtract 4 out of 22, I still have positive. So this is going to zero out. I bring down my negative 7. Don't forget that that subtraction sign makes that a negative 7. Bring down my equal sign. Bring down my plus 11. And 22 minus 4 is 18. So 18 p's left here. Now this 11 here needs to move to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. So now I have 18p equals, bring down my equal sign. What is negative 7 combined with negative 11? So you have negative 7 minus 11, negative 18. So this 18 next to this p is telling us to multiply. So to undo multiplication, I'm going to divide. So p equals negative 1.